Good evening and happy new year to our viewers, our fans, our followers, people who love us. This is Sugapepper, the Wonder Woman show. We had missed you. I had missed you so much. This is our first show for the year. And today we have great news. We have a great host. I am so honored to have her on the show. Please tune in and let's find out more for what she has for us. Karibu sana.
Asante.
What's your name? Tell us who you are. Up to this moment umekuwa ukifanya nini, wa unafanya nini?
Okay. Thank you for hosting me first.
Karibu sana.
My name is Suzan Njoki. A Kikuyu lady from Nyandarua, born in Nyandarua, somewhere in Nyahururu, but raised in Busia. I schooled in St. Joseph Busia Girls Primary.
Yes.
Then high school I went to somewhere remote in Nyahururu called Gaindedia Secondary. Gaindedia Secondary. I'm proud of that school because it made me who I am.
Awesome.
After that, I joined a college, KIMS, the Kenya Institute of Management, for my diploma in business management in the year 2009. And then later on, after 2 years, I joined Masinde Muliro University for my degree in BCom Finance.
Okay.
I'm waiting to graduate this year. Hopefully, I'm done with everything. I'm just waiting to just wind up.
Congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
Finance is not an easy course.
Of course, it's not.
It's full of maths, huh?
A lot of calculations, a lot of accounts in there. But one thing that determines what you'll get or what will you achieve, it's about your focus.
Okay.
If you focus, and then if you have that passion for that course, you finish.
Okay.
And then you are proud of yourself.
Okay.
So I thank everyone, and we school together. I have so many alumni, and even the Masinde Muliro fraternity.
Good.
I know.
You can give them a shout out.
Thanks. Hi to everyone. And even all the students in Masinde Muliro. Work hard.
Okay.
And hard work pays. Yes. And to finish off, I'm also a business lady.
Okay.
I work here in town. I've been in business over 8 years. And I thank God for the far He has brought me.
Amen.
I deal with the ladies and menswear.
Okay.
I'm proud of that. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Susan, unasema you studied business management and now you are waiting graduation for an award in finance, a degree in finance.
Yes.
What made you study those courses? Why not go to study other courses? Why just business management and finance?
Okay, I remember back in high school, I was a proud student of business. I was the best in student. I used to love business so much, and I was best in maths, and I had that dream of becoming a lawyer. But due to some fallout in English, I worked best in Kiswahili. I was best in Kiswahili. I failed in English.
Okay.
I had to change the course. But I had two options, either to go to law or accounts. And I was successful in one. And that one is one thing I give thanks to God.
Okay.
Yes.
For me, people always wanted me to be either a doctor or a nurse. Because naturally I just like saving people or just taking care of people. So also me, maths did not work out. Then I got myself studying law. But still, it's always just the passion that you have, because a redirection is not the end of your journey. It's actually the start of another journey. So Susan, apart from a business, what else do you do?
Mostly, I've been doing some counseling online. To few and several people, I don't even know them. Do
you have a platform that you can mention and we put under the comment section where they can get your counseling and mentorship? Is it a text or videos that you have?
Mostly I do it on my profile, on my page.
Okay.
But I was thinking on creating a blog.
Okay.
That's one of the things I'm working on.
Okay.
And I'm hoping before the end of Feb or early Feb, I'll have one. And I want to reach to so many who are going through so many challenges. There's one or the other, but mainly so many people are going through depression, and other people are going through broken marriages, and there are those who are even going through a lot of stress, maybe because of job or poverty, family background, and some even it's just life, the nature of life, how it's treating them.
Yes.
That's one thing I want to work on and helps those, because me myself, I forgot to say that I am a mother of 3.
Nice.
And one thing, being a mother, it have taught me a lot. And I've gone through a phase, being that in the beginning, I am 12 years in marriage.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. I wedded in 2009. And I thank God, though it have been like ups and downs, I have my story to tell. Though I cannot tell everything here, but I think I'll touch on some and tell someone that, yes, you can make it. And if it doesn't work out, walk away.
Walk away.
Yeah, because in marriage, you find a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Suzan, take us through the journey through your marriage. As you say that there are some things you can tell us, there are things that we respect you not to tell us, of course, because we respect the marriage setting. The journey up to this moment, up to the time that you said, let me use my experience to reach out to women that are in broken marriages, for you to start speaking out and actually touching people in ways that you never even thought you could.
One, I can say, after I got married, my marriage was okay. Until to a point in 2013, when my marriage broke up. And that is because there was something. In the beginning, there was love. There was that trust. There was that communication. There was that bond. But in the beginning of the 2013, there came about something that is called a mistrust.
Okay.
There was no trust anymore in the marriage. There was no love. There was no the guy could not give me the attention I wanted.
Okay.
And then that's where the marriage started. It started breaking.
Okay.
Just slowly by slowly, to a point that it even affected my spiritual life.
Okay.
I'm a Christian.
Yes.
I fellowship in Full Gospel. But after that, it affected me spiritually too bad that it reached even to the public. That is one thing that affected even my marriage in full, all over. One thing I can tell women is that after my marriage broke down, and even my husband backslided, I did not know what to do anymore, because everybody was against me. I was the failure. Because even as the Bible says, if a woman cannot build her home,
yes,
or even if she doesn't allow God to build her home, who else will? And if a marriage breaks, it's not a man's fault.
Yes.
It's always the woman's
fault.
And so as women, we have to stand firm. Like I have stood firm. I have ignored even the talks of people. I've ignored even the ill talks. People, after 2013, I got a lot of rejection from friends, from even relatives, from even the society itself. So one thing about marriage, if it breaks down, it will affect you even in your life. The movement, how you are progressing and whatever, it's going to fail you. And you become a laughing stock. Because they say, if you cannot manage your home, how are you going to manage us? So even in that church, how are you going to manage the church? So you are left like, you are a nobody. You are left in your own world. And one thing I thank God is that even though everything happened, I stood strong. And I never allowed the people's talk to affect my life. And it have helped me, because after that, in 2013, I was still schooling. Many thought when I was in school, I was having affairs. I had gone with men out there. But I was concentrating on my books.
Yes.
But no one knew I was in studies. Even my own husband did not know.
Okay.
because there is a reason why. Because even in terms of business, when it comes like into business, that man will not trust you anymore. When there is some scandals here and there, there will be that missing of trust.
Yes.
So your marriage becomes like it's not the way it used to be.
It becomes a battleground.
Yes. And for sure we used to fight. And it's not a fight of words.
Oh.
It's just a fight of
physical
fight.
Hapo mimi siwezi. Onana, no. I am never the like violent type. I just walk away.
I remember very well. That time I was below 30.
Okay.
And then I had not known my man very well. So in terms of the growth in marriage, I had not matured.
Yes.
So I knew the only way I can sort my issues is all about
ngumi.
Unapiga hii slap na kupiga. And so it came to a point I realized, am I provoking this guy? So
yes, absolutely.
Maybe I was provoking him. I did not know.
Yeah.
Then I became like, both of us are those high-tempered. There's no one who is low. He's an introvert and I'm extrovert. And again, you find that when you're all two of you are high-tempered, it's not possible to solve your issues.
Yes.
So there must be somebody who will come low. At least you realize that there's a mistake. And you decide to come low so that the other partner can communicate and you merge.
Yes.
And then you solve your issues.
Yes.
But in my case, it was not the case. I had not matured. So that is between 1 to about 7 years in marriage. You are just the baby. You're just growing.
Yes.
You have not yet grown. Until I was approaching until I was almost, I think, 30. That's when I realized, oh, hiki tu kweli ni kawaida. I think I should manage. I should understand whether he does this or that. And then another thing that is affecting the marriage so much, that is also affected me, is about the phone.
Okay.
You don't want to see that man being called by anybody, especially ladies, even at night. Na maybe ni customer wake, because he's a business guy. He used to be called, you don't want to see that phone. That's another thing that is affecting so many people. And then peeping in somebody's phone. You don't have your privacy. You should respect someone's privacy, especially when it comes to phones. Okay. You should let go.
Let me ask you something about first at the point that the marriage started like chipping away slowly. Had you already given birth to all your babies? Because sometimes they say, you see, when it's the two of you and you enter into marriage, there is that honeymoon phase where you're in love, there is trust, there is communication, there is caring and stuff. You have attention for each other. Then in comes the baby, and then your attention starts shifting towards the child. Could that have contributed also to you now starting to lose the attention and the communication as you had put it?
First, I can say I had one at the moment when my marriage started breaking. I only had my son, my firstborn.
Yes.
And then in the time of my marriage breaking, in between, now when they killed, it was like here at the climax. I didn't know how it happened. We are fighting. I had ran away to my parents' home. I came back after 3 months. Then I ran away again, and then I came back. In the process, I can say, I don't know, because I realized I was 5 months pregnant later. Now that's when even we are not even together. I came back to realize I'm pregnant. We are not yet together. But later on, after I think a month, he came for me and apologized to my parents and to me, and then I came back. So it started when I was having only one kid.
Okay.
Then this is the second kid. She has come at a point of
chaos. Yes.
There's no love. no one should tell you that all kids or children are born when there is love. Sometimes they are born when people are under
the midst
pressure.
of war and pressure and strife.
Because most of the time you are fighting, and then there's no concentration. Even you are doing things carelessly.
There's no coordination.
No.
Now, you know, it's usually a good thing, because you see, when you're expecting a baby, you become so emotional. As a mother, you look forward to having this bundle of joy. And even as him as the father, you know, like, now we are expecting a baby, you know, there is that kind of joy that you have.
Yes.
Seeing the baby bump growing, you are expecting, like, in a few months we're going to have a baby. So I am thinking, when you are expecting a child into the whole mix, you're supposed to you know, like, cool down the tempers. You know, at least it brings some sort of bond between the two of you. Was that the case? Ama yenyu ilikuwa tu ni hivyo hivyo, war tu hivyo?
Like, when he realized I was pregnant, because I told him, that was 5 months. And I thank God, I experienced pregnancies which doesn't have challenge. Me, I can get pregnant and you not know, because it doesn't affect me in any way. I'll do my chores, I do everything, and then I'll not feel anything. So when it came that I was pregnant, and then I told him, do you know what he said? I should take it to the man I was sleeping with.
Oh no.
One, because I got pregnant and ran away,
Yes.
then came back.
So they start calculating and back calculating.
You see where the trust is? It's gone.
Yes, it does.
Another thing, no love. Another thing, this mother, she's pregnant, but she's all alone. She'll have to walk on this journey all alone.
Peke yake. And also no communication, because
No.
one time you're in a matrimonial home, the next time you're
You're away.
Yes.
So mostly I found myself, the 9 months were so long, such that I entered into depression. I was stressed up. Even if you called me through my phone, I could not answer. I used even abusive words. Where are you?
Yes.
I was feeling like everyone is an enemy.
To you.
Yes, kumbe it's what I'm carrying. It's
Hormones.
affecting me, plus the person who is next to me.
Yes.
He's not my friend. We have become like two enemies.
And friendship is key in marriage.
Yes. And if you're not friends in marriage,
Then
I can
there
tell
is
you
no-
it cannot work.
It can never work.
And that's where all my problems started. From there, because when a mother is pregnant, one thing I realized is that you carry this thing called emotions. And you'll carry them even after delivery.
Yes.
And you don't know why it happens that way. Because it's kind of a transfer, an inheritance, or I don't know, kind of inaendelea tu.
Cycle.
That cycle will continue. And I found myself like it continued even after I gave birth. I became bitter with life. I became bitter even to what I had carried. I didn't see the reason of living.
And what about the firstborn at this moment? Where is he, your son?
My son is with me in school.
And you're pregnant now with this second baby. You give birth to this other baby.
Yes.
So the bitterness was generated towards this second born, or also the first son.
Now this is where the problem was. Not because the man is treating me his own way, and I treat awkward. I transferred my anger to my son, which was wrong. I can say that.
Yes.
It should never happen to anyone. But I found myself that most of the time, when I was angry, I could beat my son unemotionally. Mercilessly. I could just beat him from sikuelewa why I was beating him. But it's because I wanted to get this bitterness out.
Trapped anger and venting.
Until a moment I realized I'm doing something wrong. I transferred my son and to go to stay to Nyahururu, to the grandmother's place, to stay for some time, so that I can have some peace. Because I found that the moment he continues staying here, I might even injure him.
You could have injured him.
And I'm injuring him not because I don't love him, It's all because I'm angry because of what his dad is doing to me.
Yes.
Because his dad had started drinking. He said he started having some bad company of friends. And that's one thing that has affected me so much.
Yes.
Because I was used to this prayerful man. This man who used, like, when he gets out of that door, before he gets out, he could give me a hug. When and he gets out. Now this is another man.
He has changed completely.
Kabisa.
From black to white, not even grey.
He could come back anytime. And even when he's getting out, sometimes unajipata uko kwa nyumba unamtafuta mpaka chini ya kitanda. Ai, huyu mwanaume alienda saa ngapi? Kumbe he just left, no goodbye, no hug, no nothing. So what happens to this woman?
This start crashing.
Yes. You become like broken glasses. And that affects someone so much, even to what you're going to bring in this world. And that's my second born. Yes, she came. I found myself, I wanted to get pregnant, and I wanted the baby too much. But even if I wanted the baby so much, the scenario or the kind of the preparation, I did not have the right preparation to bring back this kid.
Yes.
But later on I realized, in life, I have to move on.
Yes.
And yes, I moved on. But this was not the end. Kumbe, another bigger fight was on the way.
Was on the way.
And yes, it happened. That was back in 2018.
Big up to Regina. Thank you for watching our show. Regina Reina, Sovereign Rogers, thank you so much for tuning in. Suzan, now tell us about what happens in 2018.
Now, after I gave birth to my daughter, the second born now, I had another life awaiting me. The first battle I've tried and I won until I gave birth. Now there's another one. It came to a point because now, you see, we have lost trust and love in this relationship and the marriage itself. I came to realize that was not enough. So the man like got frustrated, and back then before he fell out, the mother had died like an year ago. That was back in 2012. I think the man was also sinking into depression of the loss of the mother.
Yes.
But later on we talked about it and it was okay.
Yes.
Now I go back to 2018. That was when I got the bitter and the worst battle of my life. It's something I don't talk too much, and so less people know about it. But I can say this, it affected my whole life. Until let's say last year, about November, that's when I tried to come out of it.
Okay.
But not yet over. I'm still fighting the battle.
Okay.
That is back in 2018. It was around March. I had a home. Even though we are having this, it's called chaos, bitterness, nini.
Yes.
Our business was flourishing.
Yes.
It was doing very well. And we had bought a lot of assets. We had even vehicles, PSV, and even our personal vehicle. And we had even a plot. We had even a home of our own. We built a home of our own.
Yes.
And then back in 2018, that's when things started falling apart again. We built our home in 2014. Then back in 2018, I stayed in my home for 4 years only. My man took a loan. After taking a loan, it was the normal loan that you can take in a bank, 300,000, 200,000. But I think a friend convinced him and told him, "Ai pesa ni kidogo. You should top up." Topping up means going for a higher value than that. And so this man took a loan of about 2 million. So he have jumped from 300,000 to 2 million.
2 million.
I didn't have a problem, but at first I told him, I'm not into it. I refused. But later on he said that, Whether you like it or not, I'll do it. And know when it comes to a man, if he has decided, even though you have to change his mind, you cannot. So I just told him, do what you want.
Yes.
And he went ahead, did the valuation, which costed about 200,000, and then he was given the loan. But after he was given that loan, he paid for a while, and then because of you see, when you are given a lot of money and you are used to small money, you see, you'll have another kind of life,
Yes.
which you are not used to.
Yes.
So he took that loan. He entered Uganda. He had gone to take some money to Muindi. The money sinked, $1 million plus.
What?
Again, he went to Mombasa without my consent, even without my knowledge. He took a trailer of maize. And when he went there, there was a company there that deals with flour, maize flour. But when it was in the process, the man died, the owner of the company died, without the payment. So he had delivered the store, but there was no delivery of cash.
Yes.
So in the process, they were told they are going to be paid, nini. But I had not known he's there. For almost a month, my sister called me and told me, so do you know what? Your man is around. Amekwambia kwa area. Nikamwambia I don't know. Mi sijui. Kwani yako huko? Yes, ako hapa Mombasa. Amekuja kuleta mahindi. And so I told her, my sister now, it's okay. Wacha afanye vile anataka. I was left in my shop. And so I continued for some time, almost a month. They were being paid small, and then up to a moment, there was no call, there was nothing. Yes, and the payment stopped. And you can remember, the bank is on the neck, almost 6 months. You have not paid anything. And you have to
pay with interest.
Yes. You're not paying, you are not doing anything, and then the man have joined some friends, whereby it's about you're doing your own things. So he's not concentrating anymore on the other business. Ame give up kwa hii, anakimbizana na wale, and you are left here to fight the battle alone. So the bank was on my neck. And when he realized the bank is rushing a lot, and then kumfinya, he changed his line. So the bank was left with no option rather than to come to me.
Yes.
And back then, I remember I had been employed in the county government of Busia. I was working there as an auditor.
Okay.
So I was not in my shop. The shop was being run by my brother-in-law.
Yes.
So when I came back, he told me, sasa wewe unaweza
jipanga.
Jisort. Kamusa, how am I going to sort myself with all that huge cash, whereby you would not even give me anything?
Yes.
Akaniambia, wewe utajua tu vile utalipa. He changed his line. So you see, another battle started.
Again.
Yes. And so I was left with no option than to leave the county government because I was on contract. I went back to the business. He came and gave me the keys because even the brother-in-law was tired because there was no stock coming in. It was all about expenses. Nothing is coming in because, as you can remember, there's no cash anymore. Ile cash yenye unapata pale kidogo, ikifika saa 10, the guy comes and collects it.
Oh no.
And when he goes out there, he will not come back with the money. He will not come back with any luggage. Muindi analeta mzigo, but there's no payment. And you remember the invoice you have to pay.
Yes.
And so I told him, mali mefika. Why do you take cash and you don't bring any stock? Even if we have what is left now, and we have a home, we can manage. I know we can do it.
Yes.
But I think the guy was like fed up. And the bank started following me, and I told them, if you allow me, I'm going to be paying small.
Yes.
Akaniambia, wewe si the owner of the account.
The account.
You want the borrower. You are the co-borrower.
Yes.
So they had to, like, wewe, we don't want to see you. We want to see the guy.
The principal.
And the principal.
Yes.
I pushed the guy too much, but at last, he refused to go. He was called from Nairobi, he refused to go. And then, after that, because he have refused to pay, and at the same time he have refused to face the management.
Yes.
So they were left with no option that to face me and tell me. Now because amekataa. Nikauliza, what was the collateral? The collateral was your home.
Oh no.
And then that's where all my stress started. And it was a fight, I can say.
That was which year?
Now that is after 2014, it was in 2017.
2017.
Then it came until 2018 March.
Do you know, let me just give you a piece of advice. Legally, you're not supposed to put a matrimonial home as collateral for a loan.
Thank you.
So that one was one nasty move. But as you say, continue the story.
Yes. So after March, I remember very well, it was back in August 2018 that I came to realize that my home had been sold like 6 months behind me. But I was still staying in the same home.
Yes.
Without my knowledge. So when I was staying there, kumbe I was a tenant. And I did not know I'm a tenant in my own home.
Your own home. The one that you have built from the
I have
foundation
built,
to the roof.
And one thing I can tell somebody, I did not build that home even with a single loan. Not even a single cent. I had worked and saved. I saved for several years. I was working and saving.
Yes.
And then I had to start small. But after you have built and you have stayed in your own home, you can imagine becoming a tenant in your own home.
That's such a ruthless, it's a ruthless experience to even go through.
Yes, and so in August, end of around 28th, that's when some auctioneers appeared in my home. I was not around, I was in my business, and I got a call. Suzy, kuna watu kwa gate yako.
Oh God.
Who are those? Ai, wanakaa wamejaa.
You're like, who are these thugs that are coming at daytime?
Yes. And I told my friend now, my neighbor there, who are those? Just check for me and investigate. Who are they? Because I'm suspecting some fishy business.
Inaendelea.
Hapa inaendelea. And so she confirmed to me, she called me and told me, usijaribu kukuja hapa.
Ni kunoma.
Ni kubaya. And then yes, that's what I did. I did not come. They called. I was just watching the phone ringing. They left a letter. I sent another friend of mine. I told him, hao ni watu wenu, because they were lawyers and Wajaluo nikamwambia, hao ni watu wenu. Just go and do this for me. Please go and talk to them. They are your friends.
Yes.
Because the lady told me ni fulani na fulani and some outsiders.
Yes.
But nimeconfirm wawili najua, akaniambia majina. So I told this guy, they are your friends. Please niokole wabembeleze. They can give me some time to take out my belongings.
Yes.
And that's what he did. He went there, talked to them. And
so you are okay, wait a minute. You are saying you wakupatie time to take out your belongings. You mean you were already prepared that I am foregoing this home and everything?
Yeah. With the call I received, I was told, it's either you come or we break the gate. Tutapita na hii gate.
Oh Jesus.
Nikajua. Because I had received, even my home was gazetted so many times.
Oh no.
Kwa newspaper.
Kwa newspaper.
I just my instinct told me, today is my day. Hii inaenda. And that's when, from there, I was given 14 days to vacate the place. And lucky enough, I was told to take my things. They did not take everything in my home, but the only thing I got out of that home is my belongings, nothing else.
When you talk about belongings, are you talking about household items, clothes, furniture? Okay.
Yeah, I got out. Waliniambia tu wewe chukua chenye
utaweza.
So you have to take what you unaweza. Mind you, in this all scenario, the guy had gotten lost like a month.
Hamwishi naye pamoja.
Tuishi naye alishapotea.
Are you talking on phone? Is there any form of communication? Ama he just ghosted?
Like from 2017, he was on and off. He could call you, sometimes he's around, sometimes he's amepotea. Now this was mazoea sasa, ilikuwa like from the beginning of the year. When he sold my shop first before he started hide and seek game. Na wakati alishauza hiyo duka, kumbe he was paying these auctioneers so that they will not let me out of my home. And so when they left this letter, we have given you 14 days to vacate this place.
The premises.
I did not know. But kusoma zaidi, I went down there and I saw a rent nimeandikiwa hapo. And before you get out, we need 50,000 shillings rent. Ya miezi ngapi? 5.
That's a $250,000.
So nikaambia, hey, all this for what?
I think I would lose my mind.
I went like, I'm losing it.
Yes.
Thank God my mom was around. Like she had come like yesterday.
Moms are the best.
I said, heavenly sent mother. She passed.
You know, just carry me because even your legs cannot carry you at that moment. Yes.
Now my mom was like Mukombozi. Unasikianga Mukombozi? I called her. She was in my sister's place in Maracha. I called her. She came and took everything. She helped me to pack because like I could look at everywhere. I was seeing darkness.
Yeah, you attack something like as light as this pen. You can't carry.
You cannot see.
Yes.
Another thing, something that affected me too much. What am I going to tell my kids?
Where are you going to live in the first place?
Kwa nini tunatoka kwetu?
Yes. Oh no.
My son sinked into depression more than me. God. After we got out of that home because we did the following day. Nilitafuta nyumba like the whole day mpaka nikapata. I was like tetemeka ring hata I could not find any sleep. Nikaambia mami nyumba sikai. So after we got out of that place, my son sank into depression. Myself, in around November, nikalazwa Tanaka. One good week, I did not know myself. And it was a turn around of my life.
I'm even getting goosebumps from your story. Gosh.
And so that's one thing I can say. From there henceforth, I've never had that peace of mind. All I know, I have known for some time, is bitterness. It was all about bitterness with this man.
Yes.
Bitterness with life. Why is life so unfair? Why should you go back to where you started?
Yes.
And because, yes, I started. You see, this man have left you.
Yes.
I started a life of single mother. You are married but single. People are talking ill about you. I didn't know what else to say. You don't have to go telling everyone, kulifanyika hivi. This is what happened. You cannot go preaching to everyone telling them what happened. Let the one who is going to believe you, let them believe you. Wacha mwenye atashindwa kukuamini, pia
awache kuamini.
I was not ready to answer anyone's question.
Yes.
I was that woman that I hated everything around me. And for so many months, and even a year and another, I stayed in a denial life. You see that kind of life where you are denying yourself that it happened. You are going to have a new life. This and this is going to happen.
Yes.
I went into that. I sank into a depression, whereby I did not know. Now, what's going to happen?
To me, where next?
What's
you are there with 3 kids?
Now, there were 2 at the moment, because I came back to give birth to the other one.
Okay.
But at the moment, those 2 were a bit, they were a bit older.
Yes.
But now, the problem was, how are you going to convince these kids? What are you going to tell them? How do you explain to them where is their dad? Our home, kwa nini imeenda? There was so many things surrounding that thing. But it come to a point whereby I realized I have to move on.
Yes.
After I came out of the hospital. Because when I was admitted, so many thought, nimetoa ball. That was the mind of the people.
Of course, there.
Ati huyu si bwana alienda ameamua kutoa nini?
Mimba.
Kutoa mimba.
Yes.
And then don't know what you are going through. But I remember one man, an elder in my church. That time I remember we were having a crusade. And I was discharged from the hospital. When I was almost entering to my door, that man helped me to change my mind. Because he told me one word, Suzan, it doesn't matter what you are going through, what have happened. But what matters is, how are you going to overcome this?
How do you pick yourself?
Yes, how do you pick yourself?
Going forward.
How are you going to raise these kids? Are you going to let these kids suffer because of what happened? He told me some words that helped me to realize, yes, my kids needs me.
Yes.
And yes, it's not all about marriage that can make you who you are. It's all about believing in yourself.
In yourself.
And that's when I woke up again the following day, a new person. And I realized I have to go back to work, no matter what. And I thank God I was a friend of mine that was sent, like, that person could check on me every day, every evening. We are told that angels are come from heaven, but
this one was a physical one on earth.
This physical guy, I don't know. This person was sent for me, and he helped me on this journey of recovery.
Yes.
Until I was like able to survive on my own. But all the time, a text, a call.
Unaendelea aje?
Unaendeleaje? Watoto wakoje? Wamekula? That thing, it helped me a lot.
Yes.
And I can say yes. Though it happened, the home went, nini. I picked my pieces, my broken pieces. I'm into business again.
Amen.
It did not hinder me to continue with my studies, because I was in the middle of my studies.
And you don't stop for anyone.
No! I told the devil, you are a liar.
Yes.
I know your plans is for me to fail.
Yes.
And because
he comes to destroy and kill.
Kabisa. And because there's one thing that God has gifted my mother. My mom is a prayerful woman.
Amen.
She's a pastor. And there's one thing she taught us. That when you become a prayer warrior, nothing can shake you away. And
you see, in fact, when you are a prayer warrior, that's when you get multiple attacks.
Of course.
Somebody will just fire first anakuchapa na kokoto, ukitoka hiyo level ni brick, ukitoka kwa brick, unajua levels and levels of you crushing those levels and advancing.
Yes, and I can say it really helped me to push on. Like I could go to prayers, cry. I'm not praying.
You're just crying.
I'm just crying.
Letting out anger and bitterness.
Alafu ninashindwa sasa huyu Mungu nitamwambia nini?
Anakujua, yes.
I cried. I hated men.
Oh,
have you ever hated men?
No.
Like unaona mwanaume hapa trouser?
Utaki hata kumuona.
I didn't know any meaning of a man in my life.
Oh Jesus.
Hata ukiniambia Suzi nakupenda, all I see is
like ona huyu.
Sasa wewe unasema nini?
I have had one. I don't want.
Like I was in that life whereby I decided, like, if it were not that I had given birth,
oh Jesus.
I wanted to go to convent and say, from today, please take me as I am.
I'm here to serve you people.
I just want to serve God and nothing else.
Yes.
And I can say, up to that level, I can remember back in 2019, that's when I started the online counseling I'm telling you about. Few know about it. But you can find myself commenting in some groups. Na naambia mtu, if you want help, just inbox me.
Yes.
Now sometimes I inbox somebody. Unapata, there's a group called Stress and Depression group. Unapata, mtu ana complain this and this and this. And I find there's some relation.
Yes.
Then I inbox that person. And namwambia, whatever you're going through, this is something you can talk about.
Yes.
Unapata mwingine, the first wife left, second wife akaoa, she left. What do you say about that man? Utasema mwanaume ndiye mwenye makosa. But sometimes it's not all about men. Ati ndio wenye makosa. Hapana. It's not all about us women. Ati sisi ndio wenye makosa. No. Sometimes it can happen that it's where we come from. Our backgrounds. It's a kind of a spirit. Umerushiwa like rejection spirit.
Abandonment. Desertion.
Yes. No one wants you. Or ni kind of ulirushiwa nini spirit ya rejection. Every woman you get into contact with, you never stay in peace. People don't want you to progress.
Yes.
Another thing unajipata, some people don't have confidence on themselves. Unapata mtu angependa sana kuendelea. But one thing, haendelei.
Altars.
There is some altars that were built in their family. Unapata yani kuna shida. Another person unapata mambo ya kuhusu mashamba affecting some people. You know, if you go to the Bible, unapata ya kwamba if you go broadly and read, there are those things that if your family altars are not broken, utajipata you are like in a bondage in your life.
For the rest, in fact,
for the rest of your life. It
affects to the 4th generation.
Yes. And unapata again, before we get married, I remember we go to counseling and you are told that you should know your partner better. Background yake, wazazi wake, what about their family?
Ancestors,
yes. What was happening? And I found one thing, that a man, if a man or a woman comes from a broken family, na kwao unapata ya kwamba there are divorces, separation, kind of. So many ladies are single, hata wamegawiwa shamba na wamejenga huko.
Na wako sawa.
They are okay.
Yes.
Hata wewe utafuata ile njia.
That's a red flag.
A red flag for you. And so I realized there's something we need to dig deep. If you find a challenge in your life, dig deep to your ancestors or your past. And ufikirie, what is happening? What about my family? What did my grandmother, my grandfather, my parents talk about me? Unaenda back to your parents and ask some questions. And you can find that maybe hata mama yako ama baba yako, they did not want you to get married to this man.
That, yes.
But wewe ulienda by force. I have to get married. Unapata maybe ndugu zako ama auntie hawako wanataka. Wewe ndio ulijisukumia.
So that will keep on following you to the ends of the world.
To the end of the world. Sometimes unapata mwingine wamerushiwa roho ya rejections. Hata akikaa aje hakaangi na amani. Ni wale watu yani mko na yeye lakini akili yake inamwambia huyu mtu hatutaishi na yeye. Yani you are like a visitor.
You've already concluded before you even start the journey.
So you find that maybe in between you two kuna mmoja mwenye hana trust na marriage yake. Mmoja alikuwa amedecide, mwingine hakuwa amedecide.
Ameingia ndani. One leg in,
one leg out. Another thing I realized after all this scenario, first you have to be friends. Me, I remember we were not friends with my husband, the father of my kids.
Ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay.
With my hatukuwa friends.
Hakukuwa na urafiki.
Hakukuwa na ile urafiki. Ilikuwa connection between me, my brother and my cousin. That guy is good. He's the chairman of the youth. He is good in church in praising.
Ingia kwa hiyo box.
Ingia kwa
hiyo box iko sawa.
Na hiyo box
ikaweka kifuli.
Na ile box ikafanywa nini?
Wakaweka kufuli.
Na mimi back then I had just finished burying my dad. So I was still mourning.
Yes. And you needed a companion.
I felt that my dad is gone now. What do I need?
A father figure.
A father figure, a man who can like act like my dad. So I expected this man to act like my dad, but he did not. So you find another thing that you find in that broken marriage ni nini? Hakukuwa na ile inaitangwa total love and friendship.
Total love and friendship.
We did not court for long. Relationship needs some courting, even if not for long. jua huyu mtu.
Hii courting yenye watu wanaongelea, like how long should I court with somebody before I decide now this one should become, because you get people wamejuana only for a month and they are years and years in marriage, and then others have courted for so long and then they get married and in 3 months wako like this one no, I can't.
Cannot.
Yes, let's make.
Me, I can say it will all depend with maturity. If you found a partner who is mature,
yes,
evenly 1 week is enough for you to marry. But if you find that you get a partner who is not mature, a friend or a husband or a wife to be who is not mature, that's one thing will give you an X.
And what is that one component of maturity? Because to relationship where like this person is not mature.
When you're having a conflict, there's no understanding. Kitu ya kwanza unapayuka. You don't listen. This guy is trying to tell you something na kazi yako ni
hornbill.
Like when you want the whole, you are the kasuku.
Yes.
That's one thing that is immaturity. When you are talking, I should keep quiet and listen to you.
Yes.
And tell me, Suzy, here and here you are wrong. Please, can you do this? Lakini utapata mwingine you are talking to me na nakwambia wewe wacha wewe ni umbwa, wewe sijui nini. We are talking back to each other. That's where maturity hakuna. One should be able to determine maturity with the character of a person.
Yes.
Another thing, how you are able to handle issues. Are you handling like a baby? Are you behaving like a baby? At kitu kidogo matusi.
Gasia hii leo ukuli toka enda lala kwa.
Hata si lazima ukule. Enda penye unakulanga. You know you have pushed that person out.
Away, yes.
You will go and he will eat. The next thing he will sleep over. The
And
next
starts,
thing
atalala develops a out there.
A habit. It will be like a habit day in day out. So maturity, it can also be determined by that bond. The bond you have, you two. Are you able to understand each other? Do you know your friend? Yani, do you know your partner very well?
Sana.
Ama ni ile niliambiwa na fulani
ni mzuri
na mimi nikachukua ni mzuri. No, I should not go with people's opinion.
Figure out for yourself.
Figure out for yourself. Kitu ingine, check huyu mtu. Ukitaka kujua a man or a woman is mature. Hamekiwi decision na friends.
And family.
And family too.
And church.
Na church and the society at large.
And the society at large, yes.
They should never make a decision for you.
Them, yes.
Whether in-laws, whether nini. I can remember, I will not say the name. It was on a day before yesterday. I was called somewhere to solve an issue. This was a lady. She used to like, ikishafika 6, she's on the call. Hey, my husband, kwani leo umefikiria kulala nini wapi? Yani haukuji. You see? And then she's one lady who knows ikishafika 7 mwanaume wangu anafaa kuwe wapi? Kwa nyumba. Na maybe ule mwanaume anataka kuhang out na friends for 1 or 2 hours.
Yes.
Lakini kwa sababu you are that overprotective person, you are so insecure. Unataka ingia kwa nyumba kama kuku. It can never happen. But what lacks there is communication. These people have never sat down and communicated ya kwamba we have to do this and this.
This and this, yes.
We should sit down and figure out, mimi ni mwanaume ama mimi ni mwanamke. Yes, I cook early. But my husband, I think he sometimes extends his time with the friends.
Yes.
So I should give him a range of 7 to 9. Atakuwa mengi. So give him a break.
Yes.
Another thing, ladies, muache calls mingi.
Calls to who? Yes. To him. Rudy.
It will not help.
Yes.
Afadhali ule mwanaume anakaa, yani Mwanaume ni wako akiwa kwa nyumba. Akishatoka hivyo.
Ni wa wananchi.
Ni wananchi. Akirudi ambia Mungu asante. One thing that I realized I'm mature, it's when nilifika mahali. Even when he's late, I don't give a call. Wewe ndio unafaa unipigie.
Useme nakuja ama
usifunge gate.
Usiniweke food.
No. Suzy nita late, usiniweke food. Ama si hivyo, this and this have happened.
CG.
Na mimi ikifika 10 kwa malazi, I'm asleep. Wewe utanok nitafungua. And then when you enter in the house, don't ask these people, umetoka wapi? I realize that is one thing men hawapendi kuulizwa.
Yes.
Umetoka wapi? Kwa nini umechelewa? He's your kid. He's a mature man, akona meno 32.
Anajua chenye alikuwa anafanya huko nje.
So I became that woman where like mtu akichelewa akuje asikuje, I don't care.
Niko sawa.
Niko tu sawa. Provided that this man is responsible.
Yes.
You are okay.
Rent is paid, food equal, clothing, shelter.
You say thank you.
Yes.
But there is also this kind of another man. So overprotective with the woman. Every step, I have such a friend. Whereby this man, hata kwenda soko, he will follow the woman. Where are you
Phone
going?
checked.
Phone checked. Ulikuwa kwa
nani?
Umepigia nani?
Watu unaongea nao nini? Why you on phone?
WhatsApp. Who are these friends?
Ni nini unaongelea hapo ndani?
FB nani huyo alikuita my dear?
Oh God.
We have such kind of men.
But don't you think there must be at least a boundary? Because if you're a married woman, I don't think that you can be on your phone maybe at 10. You're chatting on your phone and maybe your husband is seated. You know, there's also time for bonding as couples.
Yes.
So I think also there needs to be a little bit of respect and boundaries when it comes to your mambo na simu and stuff.
Yeah, if I was able to say something, there's this word men use so most of the time and tell you, wewe unipee heshima. You don't respect me. But one thing I've never realized, what kind of respect are these men talking about? Because what I know, if I respect you, you should like, I demonstrate it through actions, not through the word of mouth. Because if I respect you, I'll do my responsibilities. Another thing, like hiyo unasema, ikifika hiyo saa 3, I should not chat with other men if you are around. But what if you are not around? Nimeamua kujikeep busy and chat with friends, one or two, is there a problem? But if we are in that house, if you are in that house, and one thing, upate, unaniongelesha, and I'm busy on my phone. Do you know one thing that comes in my mind? Ni madharau.
Ni madharau.
Because I remember that is one thing that happened to me one time. Ikakuwa ya kwamba, I'm talking to you, and you are busy chatting, you are busy betting, you are busy like laughing with I don't know who, and then the man utapata amechukua ile phone na ameipasua. It's very bad. So all I can say is that we should at least heshima ni for you too.
Yes.
It should not be a one way. It's a two-way traffic. You respect me, I respect you.
Yes.
And if you respect me, there is no way I'm going to disrespect you.
Yes.
That's one thing I've come to realize.
Everything just falls into place.
Kabisa. And so I believe that if people, kwanza kitu ya kwanza, I am your friend. There's that respect and bond and even friendship in between. So it will help us like build a better home.
Okay.
Yes.
So Suzan, you've given us such a beautiful story and you tell us that you counsel people who are in broken marriages. So what are those key factors zenye unasema tu no, this is just like bottom line, this one now I cannot deal with this, I am just walking out of this marriage. Whether it is a marriage that was legally done in church, bride price was paid. Kuna tu ile point yenye unasema this marriage can no longer work. What are those you know, like the factors that you advocate for kwamba this one is now a broken marriage na haiwezi ikajengwa, it cannot be repaired, ala tupeleke kwa fundi tuweke kiraka, haiwezi?
One I can say is an abuse. Yani mwanaume kukupiga kila saa. You know, there are those kind of men who are abusive. Whether maybe unaweza pata he's not even a drunkard, an alcoholic. Wengine it's their nature. He's like he have met a
punching bag
kila saa. So abusive marriage, you should run away.
Both ways, because they're also abusive women.
Yes, it should go both ways. And then, you know, with our men, they will not talk it out.
They can't.
It's not kind of us. Wenye nikikupatana na wewe mwanamke mwenzangu,
utasema we
kiliumana.
Jana waliniwekelea.
Vizuri. But men will always shy away from it. So I can say, if you're in an abusive marriage and you're seeing like there are unresolved issues. That is true. In a recurring unresolved issues, it's time to walk away. And another thing, unapata ya kwamba you have prayed for your marriage, but still unapata things are still the same.
1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
3 years.
It does not matter how long.
Me, I can say, in this life, happiness comes once in a lifetime.
Yes.
And happiness will not be determined by friends or anybody, not even the church. Sometimes we are told in the church, and most of the time, let me say most of the time, even my bishop, I greet him wherever he is, my Bishop Joseph Mwangi.
Amen.
He tells us most of the time, divorce is not for him. Yeye kazi yake ni kuunganisha lakini si kutenganisha. But I can say this, I can say this as someone who have faced so much that sometimes it reaches a level that you don't have, there's no trust, there's no love,
there's no
unresolved issues.
Yes.
Abuse every now and then. What are you doing in that marriage?
Why are you even praying?
Why are you even
something
praying?
That is not changing? Yes.
This man have decided, or that woman have decided, enough is enough. Why are you forcing things? Because I remember sometimes unapata mtu mwingine anakuuliza, kwa nini unajiforce kwangu? Kwani walikufukuza kwenu? You know, such kind of conversations.
Yes.
So if you find yourself in such a situation, I don't think anything can work out. But there are those things which can happen, but still you can mend this marriage, and it can still work. Ukipata ya kwamba the man is responsible, ana provide, he doesn't beat you, but the problem is he's only drinking alcohol. That is something I cannot sort out.
Yes.
Because pray for him. Yani muongeleshe time after another. Hata akikunywa, take him, like, be loyal. Love him the way he is. Be good to him.
Yes.
Never mistreat him. Do your responsibility as that woman.
Yeah.
Your character or your behavior will make this man change from the alcoholic man he is to a better man. Another thing that can make you maybe decide to leave the marriage. Infidelity. Because sometimes unapata ya kwamba sahi magonjwa ni mingi.
Yes.
Hauna trust kwa huyu mtu. Anaenda nje sana. Na you have tried to talk to him, imeshindikana. Maybe unamshikashika huko nje. Na bado there is no hope. I can tell you to choose two things. Either to die in that marriage or walk away.
Or survive outside it.
Yes. So there are those small issues unapata, you can't solve them. You find that there's another big issue here. I have seen so many people complaining, even online, in-laws. Unapata, I've gotten married to this family, but mother-in-law hanipendi.
Meddling in-laws.
They are meddling in your affairs.
Yes.
Why should you?
And the Bible has clearly said, a man and woman shall live, and they shall become
they
one.
Shall cling
but
together.
Then they tag along. You are tagged in a marriage.
And you know what? You find somewhere, mwanaume anakupenda, like my man loves me too much, but sisters, my mother-in-law, my brother,
Noma.
hata nikizaa, they will never come to see the kid.
Oh, wow.
I bring another second born, nobody. I don't also go and visit that home. What am I doing in that marriage?
Because marriage is it's like an extended family community kind of thing. Because how do you bring up children that cannot go over to both homes? Ajwe, pia huku I have family.
Yes.
And you cannot say that you hate the mother and you love the kids. Yes, they come as a package.
Yeah, and that's one thing I say, that what if it was my kid ambaye ameoa, then he brings a daughter to me. My son ameniletea a daughter, another daughter of mine. Then I start mistreating this daughter of another woman. How would I feel if it was my daughter, she got married to another home, and then they are mistreating her?
Yes.
You should get yourself into those shoes. Just say this.
To be thoughtful and sensitive.
Yeah,
and
be sensitive on anything you do in this world.
Yes.
Because it might backfire on you.
Especially when you're dealing with other people. Yes.
So I think all we need is that we need to check on main issues. If there are those in-laws, think on the other way around. Inaweza kugeuka anytime. Today is me, tomorrow is you.
Tomorrow it will be you, yes.
So think about how you relate with other families. And hata we mwenye umeoleka kwingine, respect that woman you meet.
Yes.
She's like a mother to you. Respect, because I remember very well, and I thank God, though she passed away, my mother-in-law was the best, I can say. I met a woman who loved me.
Amen.
And though she rested me, she rested in peace.
Yes, her soul rest in peace.
I say that she was the best. That woman welcomed me into her home. She treated me more than a daughter. Like I was hers. Nothing, like she never saw anything bad
About you.
Yes, most of the time all I received is love. Gifts. Like even when I gave birth, all I saw is love.
And I think mothers are the ones that should actually just build marriages. Because fathers most of the time, the only time they're involved ni wakati wa kulipa mahari, ama issues zikikuwa overboard to just sit at a meeting, but mothers are the super glue of it all, kuleta hawa watu pamoja. Yes.
But I thank God, all in all, we can say that marriage is beautiful.
It is.
Let me say that.
It is.
If you find a friend.
If you find a friend.
If you find that soulmate of yours. And a man or a woman, you can find that you do not love this person in the beginning, but at the end of the journey, unapata love has been built.
Yes, because it started on the foundation of friendship.
Yes. There was no love, but there was that friendship.
Yes.
Lakini unapata at the end of the day, there was that kind of bond. Another thing about marriage, you find that there's some connection you find and some inner happiness that you cannot find even from your mother. You cannot even find from your siblings. Like me, I thank God, and I greet all my sisters, my brothers. We are 4. Like there's that bond with your sisters and brothers.
But
this one with your son and daughter and husband, it's another on another level.
Yes.
And there's some kind of a beyond happiness when you know that at the end of the day, kuna mahali naenda, my home, not
your
our home.
Yes.
My home is better than our home. And this that marriage, because I remember in the beginning when I was starting it was beautiful. You admire. But at this point I can say, to those who are in marriages, make it work. Make it work. And be the best woman or the man you can be in your home. And try your best to love that man or love that woman as if there is no other man or woman out there. And love is only found once. You cannot have 2 hearts. We are only given 1 heart to love. And you will only fall. You can say I fell in love with one, it broke down. There's always another chance. You'll find love again. Because one thing I know, God is a God of another chance. And as I say today, in the book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 22, it says that, yani Mungu anakukaribisha, knock unto my door, and you find him. He'll open to you. He's welcoming you to knock on his door, and he'll open that door for you with open arms.
There is no shame in divorce.
No.
There is no shame in separation.
No. Don't be ashamed that your man left you, or your woman left you,
or you're walking away,
or you are walking away, or you walked away out of your marriage. Like this year, I heard that from my bishop. He was telling us, if you do your research very well, there was around over 2,000 divorces last year, and I think it's all about because of Corona. Problems are there, challenges are there, and they are coming. And they will not end.
They are endless.
They are endless.
Yes.
But how you are going to overcome them
and tackle
all your issues, it's all about you. So be that strong person and be prayerful. Because for me, prayers have worked for me. They have made me who I am. Though I faced so many rejections, and people talked all kind of words about me. But one thing that made me strong is that I knelt down and told God, niumbie moyo safi. Nipe mwili mpya. I want to be me. I don't want to be what people want me to be.
Yes.
And that's where I changed. I used to be someone else. Right now, I am someone new. And until the end, I want to be the me I am right now. The don't care type. I don't care what people say, what they think about me. All I care about is, God, what do you think about me? What do you say about me?
Yes.
Am I somebody in your kingdom? Yes, that's all.
Thank you so much, Suzan. So where should people get you? Where should people get you? You said you have a Facebook page. I don't know your I'm also praying that you actualize your blog, but I know amateurish kwa Facebook tunakupata wapi to listen to these powerful statements that you make and good advices that you're meeting out on us.
Okay. On my Facebook page, I use Jasi Linesu.
Jasi Linesu. We are going to leave. We are going to leave her link hapo chini, and also please address the people that are in broken marriages in a minute or two.
Okay. I would love to say that if you're in a broken marriage, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. But one thing, stand firm as a woman, as a man. In either way, be strong, be prayerful, leave it to God. And again, don't give up on life. It's not yet over. And God is not yet done with you. It's just the beginning. It was just a trial. It's it's a phase God is taking. God is putting you on a phase, and you're going to overcome. That broken marriage you are seeing right now, God is going to build something good and better.
Beautiful.
And beautiful.
Yes.
And I can say it. Even though I faced so many challenges in marriage, but I can see it. It works. And again, I will say, marriage is beautiful.
It is.
And it's all ordained by God.
Amen.
And if yours is working, always thank God for that.
Yes.
And pray for those marriages that are broken. Don't talk ill about them. Because you don't know what that person, the shoe he or she is wearing.
It is sacred.
You can see me smiling out there because I love smiling. But inside,
you're falling apart.
I'm falling apart. So always check on your friend. Talk. Don't keep quiet. Don't let depression and stress kill you. Talk it out. Find a friend. Find anyone at least you can talk to. Not necessarily a pastor or a man of God or whatever. But first, kneel down. Tell God something. Second, have a confidant, a friend. Not necessarily a friend around you. You can find a friend you have never met. Like I have one. We talk. She doesn't know me. We have never met. Pour out your heart to that person. You never know. She or he might have a word for you to move on. And I believe that even if you feel that your marriage is broken or it has already broken, God can bring it back.
Amen.
Or else, God maybe huyo hakuwa nini yako, ubavu wako. God is going to give you your own rib.
Amen.
Just pray for it. Don't give up. Don't hate yourself. Smile and always love yourself. And always, yani, embrace yourself. And look at yourself nini kwa hiyo mirror na ujiambie, I'm beautifully made. And I'm beautiful. And yes, someone is coming for me.
Amen.
And may God bless you all.
Amen. Thank you so much, Suzan. As we wind up the show, Director, I need the list of our viewers. Thank you, Senewa Jen. Thank you, Eunice Juguna. Thank you, Koi Wanawe, Jacob Murima, Mama Keraya. Asanteni sana kwa kuangalia show yetu. And this is a call to all people that are in broken marriages. If you feel you need counseling, if you feel you need to talk to somebody, we have a professional counselor. Please slide to my DM. You can DM through Sugapepper Messenger, or you can send me a friend request on Onana Afulo at my Facebook page. Send me a message. Reach out. Do not die alone. We'll invite Suzan again to speak more. She has more topics to speak on. I'm still honoring her. Thank you so much, and I pray that you may actualize your blog. See you next time, same day, same time. Be safe, and let's meet again. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.